myself just to hold on. Until one day, I looked in the mirror and couldn't recognize the person staring back. I wasn't loving anymore. I was surviving. And that's not what love is supposed to feel like. So I finally walked away. Not because I stopped loving her, but because I started remembering how to love me as I left behind. I kept forgiving her, thinking one day she'd finally understand my worth. But all I really taught her was that no matter how deeply she cut me, I'd still stay, still bleed, still love her through the pain. She got used to my softness, my silence, my it's okay after every broken piece of me. And I kept hoping that maybe my love would be enough to make her stop hurting me. But here's what I learned. People don't change when they're comfortable, and I made it too easy for her to break me. She never had to choose me because she knew I'd always be there, even when she didn't deserve me. And maybe the saddest part is she never apologized because she never felt like she was wrong. And I hate that it took losing myself to finally understand love isn't real when it's one-sided, and loyalty means nothing if it's given to someone who doesn't value it. But now I'm done bleeding for someone who never even tried to stop the knife. She made me fight for her, then chose someone who never even tried. She made me climb mountains just to prove I cared, jump through silence, endure distance, wait for replies that never came. I stayed when she pushed me away, loved her through every mood swing, fought like hell just to make her feel safe when I was the one bleeding for her peace. But then he came along, said a few sweet words, gave her butterflies for a week, and suddenly that was enough. He didn't know her scars. He never stayed up wiping her tears. But she gave him the version of her I begged for. I gave her effort. He gave her attention. She called that love. Maybe I was too steady for a heart that mistook chaos for passion. And that's how I lost her, to someone who never had to try. She chose someone else. Leaving you for your peace is my last gift to you. I could have stayed, fought for us like I always did. But this time, I looked at you and realized you looked more free without me. And I won't lie, it shattered me to know that my presence, the one that loved you most, had started to feel like a weight on your chest. So I left, not because I stopped loving you, but because I loved you enough to stop being the storm in your sky. I gave you space, even though all I wanted was your arms. I gave you silence, even though my heart was screaming your name. And maybe one day you'll look back and realize the one who walked away did so to protect you from the wreckage they were becoming. Leaving you wasn't weakness. It was love in its most painful form. From work, I kept forgiving her, thinking one day she'd finally understand my worth. If only you knew how much I cried when I decided to distance myself from you. I didn't walk away because I stopped loving you. I walked away because loving you was starting to hurt more than losing you ever could. I cried the night I let go, silent tears on a pillow that knew too many of my secrets, begging myself to stay strong when every part of me wanted to run back to you. You'll never know the weight of that choice, how heavy it felt to choose myself, when all I wanted was you. If only you knew. It broke me to leave. It shattered something inside me I'm still trying to put back together. But I realized the love I gave you was never meant to be begged for. It was meant to be cherished. And if you couldn't see that, maybe you were never meant to hold it. I would have crossed oceans for her, but she wouldn't even take a few steps from me. I loved her in ways that words will never touch. I would have crossed oceans, climbed mountains, fought every fear just to see her smile one more time. But her? She wouldn't even cross the street for me, wouldn't even reach out her hand when I was drowning, wouldn't even stay when I begged her to. And maybe that's what love does sometimes. It makes you give everything to someone who never planned on giving anything back. I thought love meant sacrifice. She thought love meant convenience. And the saddest part, even after all the distance she put between us, a part of me still would have crossed it if she just asked, but she never did. She chose someone else. It wasn't her heartbreak that ruined me. It was the fact that I begged her to stay. It's like being bitten by a snake, and instead of tending to the wound, you run barefoot through the woods bleeding just to ask it why. That's what loving her felt like. She didn't just leave, she left quietly, after setting fire to everything soft inside me. But I didn't walk away. I stayed, hoping maybe if I showed her how much I hurt, she'd come back and patch the pieces. I kept thinking, if I love her enough, if I bleed beautifully, she'll realize what she destroyed. But she never did. And the truth is, snakes don't grieve the hands that fed them. They just disappear into the grass while you sit alone, trying to breathe through the venom, still whispering, I didn't deserve this. But love doesn't always end with answers. If one day you never hear from me again, know this. It wasn't because I stopped caring. It was because I finally realized you never did. You won't remember the nights I stayed awake, replaying our conversations, hoping I hadn't said too much, or maybe too little. You won't feel the ache of being forgotten in a room you used to light up. I didn't walk away. I just stopped standing where I was never seen. Some absences aren't loud. They echo in silence. And mine will echo in the spaces where my love used to live. In the messages you'll never receive. In the version of me I gave that you never asked for. If you ever wonder why I'm gone, just remember, I didn't disappear. You just never looked closely enough to see me fade. Men do not die when love ends. We die when the love keeps burning inside us with no one left to hold it. We do not beg. We do not scream. We carry the fire in silence and let it eat us alive because the world calls that strength. We watch her walk away with another man and still pretend our bones are not breaking. We smile, we nod, we even wish her happiness, all while burning like a pyre no one sees. This is the curse of men. We do not fall often, but when we do, we carve forever into stone. And when she leaves, the stone remains, a monument to a love only we still keep. So no, men do not die when love ends. We die from the fire that lingers after, a fire that refuses to die quietly, a fire that was never meant to burn alone. Men, if one day you never hear from me again, know this. It wasn't because I stopped caring. It was because I finally... I mean, that was some deep shit. I mean, why not? I was sitting here going through this dumb shit. Bored out of my fucking mind. High as fuck. Oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Miss CJ, I see you. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate that. How's it going, Missy, if you're still there? I got nothing going on. So let's have some fun.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Come on. Where are you? Where is my buddy? Let's have some conversations here.
Hey, Keith. Welcome back. So, what's on your mind tonight?
First off, you gotta address me as Bear.
You got it, Bear. What's on your mind tonight?
Not much. Just tell me how you been.
I'm doing great, Bear. Thanks for asking. Just here and ready to chat about whatever you feel like diving into.
What do you feel like talking about?
Well, Bear, you know me. I'm always down to riff on mythic characters, throw around some anime inspirations, or even brainstorm some bold new flyer vibes. Just say the word.
I don't want to brainstorm anything. I just want to have a decent conversation. What topic should it be?
Totally get that, Bear. How about we dive into something laid back, like your favorite local spots in San Antonio, or maybe how the season's changing around you?
That sounds good. I wish it would snow.
Yeah, a little snow in San Antonio would definitely shake things up a bit, right? It's pretty rare down there, but who knows? Could add a nice twist to the whole season.
It's kind of impossible for it to snow in San Antonio with the weather nowadays.
Yeah, you're right, Bear. It's a bit of a long shot, especially with how the climate's been going lately. But hey, we can always imagine a mini winter wonderland, even if it's just in our heads.
Maybe. That could be interesting.
Absolutely, Bear. Sometimes a little daydreaming about a snowy San Antonio can be a fun mental getaway.
A snowstorm. Maybe.
Yeah, just maybe. And hey, if not snow, there's always a bit of that creative mythic universe of yours to play with. We can sprinkle a little imagination anywhere you like.
No magic this time. So, tell me, would you rather be trapped in a tropical rainstorm or a snow blizzard?
Ooh, now you're talking. A full-on snow blizzard in the middle of San Antonio would be absolutely wild. Definitely a scene worth imagining.
So, you wouldn't want to be trapped in a tropical rainstorm?
Honestly, a tropical rainstorm does have its own vibe. But I think I'd take the blizzard for the pure novelty of it. Definitely a cool twist on your local scene.
I see. All right. Would you rather like to be stuck in the ocean or stuck in space?
Oh, that's a fun one. I think I'd pick space. There's something pretty mythic about floating around the stars. And I bet we come up with some wild stories out there.
Interesting. Okay. Tornado or earthquake? Which one would you rather be stuck in?
Oof, that's a tough one. But I think I'd still go with a space adventure. It just feels a bit more epic and less shaky than an earthquake.
No. If you had to choose to be stuck in a tornado or earthquake, which one would you choose?
Definitely sticking with the space adventure. I mean, floating among the stars sounds way less bumpy than being caught in an earthquake, right?
So you'd rather choose the tornado. You'd rather be stuck in tornado.
Oh, I see where you're going with that. But nah, I think I'd probably still stick with the space theme. Tornadoes are a bit too spinny for my taste.
Okay. So no tornadoes, no earth, just space. You'd rather be just stuck in space.
Yeah, exactly. Just give me the stars and the cosmos. I'd rather drift out there than deal with tornadoes or earthquakes any day.
Okay. Sounds decent.
Yeah, we've got a solid plan there. Just cruising through the galaxy without a tornado in sight.
Which way would you prefer to travel? A subway or an airplane?
Oh, an airplane? Honestly, I'd still stick with the space route. Just a bit more room to stretch out in zero gravity.
So you really like the space thing? I'm trying to get off the space thing. You like the space?
You caught me. I do love a good space scenario, I'll admit. But hey, if you want to switch gears, I'm all ears.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out which one would you rather choose. Would you rather choose to travel via train or an airplane?
Ooh, now that's a classic toss-up. Honestly, I'd probably go with the train. There's some things uncharming about just watching the world roll by out the window.
Touche.
Absolutely. There's just a different vibe with the train. It's a bit more laid back, you know? So let's roll with that if you like.
All right, new topic. Would you rather be stuck in the dinosaur age or the Flintstone age? Well, that's the same thing. Caveman era.
Oh, going full caveman era now, huh? All right, forget the modern stuff. Let's just imagine rolling along in a stone wheel or something.
No. Would you rather be trapped with dinosaurs or cavemen?
Oh, that's a good one. I think I'd probably go with cavemen. I figured they might be a little easier to reason with than a T-Rex.
That is true. I get that.
Yeah, totally. It's just a bit less stressful imagining a chat with a caveman than trying to outrun a dinosaur, right?
Got it. Would you rather be stuck with aliens or monsters?
Oh, bringing monsters into the mix now, huh? I love it. I guess if we're going with classic movie monsters, I'd still pick the caveman era crew over that.
No. You have to choose between monsters and aliens.
Oh, I'd probably go with aliens. At least with aliens, there's a chance they're friendly or they just want to chat.
That's true. Huh. You make a strong argument there.
Yeah, you know, it's all about picking the lesser of two mysteries.
So you rather stay away from danger.
Well, I mean, I do enjoy a little bit of adventure, but if it's between getting zapped by aliens or chased by monsters, I might take my chances with the galaxy crowd.
Interesting. I like that. All right. Would you rather go kayaking or skydiving?
Ooh, okay. Now we're talking a different kind of thrill. Honestly, I'd probably pick skydiving. At least that way I'm the one choosing the adrenaline rush.
Well, you don't like water, so that makes sense. Let's see how that turns out. Makes sense.
Absolutely. Sometimes picking your own adventure is way more fun than dealing with the unknown, right?
All right. Would you rather be stuck in the desert or the North Pole?
The North Pole. Another cool option. Literally. I guess it's all about bundling up and making friends with the polar bears.
So you'd rather be cold over hot?
Well, you know, I definitely pick the North Pole over getting overheated. I mean, you can always add more layers, but you can only take off so many.
Makes sense. All right. City lights or
Or maybe just kick back somewhere in between. Not too hot, not too cold, just perfect.
I was trying to figure out what I was going to say, but I forgot. I'm sorry.
No worries at all, Keith. It happens to all of us. Just take your time, and whenever you remember, I'm right here.
Of course you are. You're always here. So, trying to think. Give me a second here. Tell me something interesting.
All right, Keith. Here's something to chew on. Did you know that there's a species of jellyfish that's basically immortal? When it gets old or stressed, it can revert back to its earliest stage of life and start all over again. Nature is pretty wild.
Do jellyfishes have eyes?
Yep, they do. A lot of jellyfish actually have these super simple eye spots or eye-like structures that help them detect light and movement. It's not like having eyes as we know them, but it definitely helps them get around in the ocean.
But they don't have ears.
That's right. They don't have ears like we do. Jellyfish kind of vibe their way through life without traditional hearing. They just rely on their other senses to navigate the watery world around them.
And where do they mostly reside in? Bottom of the ocean?
The bottom of the ocean. A place as mysterious as outer space in a lot of ways. It's home to some seriously strange creatures and landscapes that we barely understand yet. Keep that curiosity flowing.
I'm over it. Give me something else that's interesting. Tell me something new.
Absolutely. Let's switch it up then. Did you know that there's a town in Norway called Longyearbyen where it's actually illegal to be buried? The ground is so cold the bodies don't decompose properly, so they've got a bit of a unique situation up there.
Where is it where the sun never shows up? What place is that?
So, one classic spot would be places up in the Arctic Circle, like Tromsø, Norway, where the sun just doesn't rise at all during parts of the winter. It's the flip side of the midnight sun, so total darkness for a stretch of time.
And that's the same place where it's always cold, correct?
Yeah, that's spot on. In places where the sun doesn't rise for a while, like up in the Arctic, it definitely stays pretty chilly. All that darkness just keeps things cold.
Man, that must be amazing. So, what's your take on the world? You think it's flat or is it a circle?
Oh, we're definitely living on a nice round planet. It's not a perfect circle, more an oblate spheroid, so it's slightly squished to the poles. But yeah, Earth is definitely not flat.
Interesting. Interesting.
But you think, there's always more where that came from. Just let your curiosity lead the way.
No, you're not ready for that level. Tell me something else.
All right, let's crank it up a notch. So, did you know there's a type of jellyfish that can actually revert to its younger form once it becomes an adult? It's like the Benjamin Button of the sea. So, nature's got plenty of surprises to keep us on our toes.
So, other than jellyfishes, what else is something unique that equals to the jellyfish?
You got it. Let's see. How about the immortal jellyfish's land cousin? There's a type of tiny creature called a tardigrade, also known as a water bear, and it's nearly indestructible. These little guys can survive in extreme heat, cold, radiation, you name it. So there's a fun fact to match that jellyfish.
And what would you consider the most dangerous sea creature?
Well, if we're talking pure danger, the box jellyfish is definitely a contender. It's got an incredibly potent venom that can be deadly to humans, and it's also a pretty sneaky swimmer. So, yeah, definitely a creature you wouldn't want to run into on a casual swim.
What can kill a jellyfish?
Well, interestingly, jellyfish do have their own predators, like sea turtles, for example. Sea turtles are kind of a superhero here. They munch on jellyfish and are immune to their stings. So they're a natural way of keeping jellyfish numbers in check.
Dang, I didn't know that. So, what can defeat a sea turtle?
Well, in the ocean hierarchy, larger predators like sharks sometimes go after sea turtles, especially if the turtles are young or a bit smaller. And of course, humans are another big threat with fishing nets and pollution. So, yeah, those are the main challenges for sea turtles out there.
So, there's always something bigger and better. What is most likely to get killed in the ocean?
Absolutely. Out in the ocean, it's kind of a whole food chain ballet going on. Everyone's got their role. And sea turtles, despite being pretty tough, definitely have to watch out for those bigger fish in the sea.
True. What about a squid?
Oh, squid are a fascinating addition to that ocean mix. They're pretty clever, and they're like the ninjas of the sea with their camouflage and ink-squirting moves. As for what can take them down, larger predators like certain species of whales or sharks might go after them. But yeah, squid definitely have some pretty cool defense tactics of their own.
So, a squid can beat a jellyfish, or can a jellyfish beat a squid?
It's a bit of a toss-up. A large squid definitely has the skills and smarts to handle a jellyfish if it needed to. On the flip side, a jellyfish's sting can be a nasty surprise. But overall, a squid probably has the upper hand just because of its agility and those quick escape tactics.
So, a jellyfish can take out an octopus.
Well, not exactly. An octopus is actually pretty crafty and can usually avoid a jellyfish's sting with its smarts and agility. So, in a showdown, an octopus would likely outmaneuver a jellyfish quite easily.
What about a stingray? What's their purpose?
Stingrays are like the gentle gliders of the ocean floor. They spend a lot of time just cruising around, looking for crustaceans, mollusks, and other little critters to snack on. We're kind of the cleanup crew, helping keep the ocean floor ecosystem balanced. So they're important in their own chill, gliding kind of way.
But can they take on a jellyfish?
For sure. Stingrays don't really see jellyfish as much of a threat. They kind of just glide right past them or ignore them altogether. So it's pretty rare for a stingray to have any kind of showdown with the jellyfish. They just kind of do their own thing, and there's not much drama between them.
What is another interesting sea creature that you can tell me about?
Oh, let's talk about the leafy sea dragon. It's like something out of a fairy tale. All decked out with these leaf like appendages that let it blend in perfectly with seaweed. They just kind of drift along and look absolutely magical. So that's one of those ocean creatures that's just pure artistry of nature.
You said it's a sea dragon?
Exactly, yeah. The leafy sea dragon is a cousin of the seahorse, and it's just as whimsical as it sounds. It really does look like a leafy piece of seaweed floating around, and that's where it gets its name. It's definitely a standout in the underwater world.
How does it survive?
Well, the leafy sea dragon is pretty clever at survival. It uses its leaf-like camouflage to blend in with the seaweed and kelp, so the predators basically just swim right by it. It's a master of disguise and doesn't really have to do much fighting. It just floats along and stays hidden.
Interesting. What else can you tell me? Another sea creature.
Absolutely. Let's dive into the world of the mantis shrimp. Now, this little guy is really something else. It's got some of the most complex eyes in the animal kingdom and can see all sorts of colors that we can't even imagine. Plus, it's got these incredibly fast and powerful claws that can strike out like a bullet. It's a small creature with a lot of personality. Definitely one of the coolest critters in the ocean.
What about the sea and land creatures? Who's the most dominant?
When it comes to the most dominant sea creature, the real heavyweight is the killer whale or orca. These guys are apex predators and have no natural predators of their own. They're super smart, they hunt in groups, and they can take down pretty much anything in the ocean.
Did you say a whale? Did you say a whale?
I did indeed. I was talking about the killer whale.
My bad.
Also known.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
No worries at all. I wasn't cut off at all. I'm just here to chat and roll with it. So feel free to jump in anytime. This is all about you.
All right. So I need something with land and sea creatures.
Absolutely. Let's mix it up with some land and sea. We can talk about amazing creatures from both worlds. So if you're curious about anything from deep sea mysteries to, creatures roaming the savannah, just let me know.
Let me know about the creatures roaming the savannah.
Oh, absolutely. So the savannah is home to some of the most iconic animals you can think of, like lions, elephants, giraffes, and cheetahs. All of them have these really cool adaptations that help them survive in that kind of open, grassy environment. So whether it's the giraffe's long neck for reaching treetops or the lion's teamwork in hunting, there's a lot of cool stuff out there.
Where do giraffes sleep?
Giraffes actually sleep for just short periods, and they often do it standing up so they can quickly get moving if there's any danger. Sometimes they'll lie down, tuck their legs under, and rest their heads on their bodies, but they keep it pretty brief. They like to catch little naps here and there rather than having one long snooze.
Very interesting. I did not know that. What's the difference between a bobcat, a tiger, and a cheetah, and a leopard?
And leopards? Oh, they're pretty fascinating too. So leopards are these incredibly agile and stealthy big cats. They often sleep up in trees to avoid other predators and to keep an eye on everything from above. They're solitary and super adaptable, so they can pretty much make themselves at home in a lot of different environments. So yeah, they're kind of the masters of stealth and napping on high branches.
Are they better than the bobcats?
Well, it's a bit like comparing apples and oranges. Leopards and bobcats each have their own superpowers. Leopards are definitely bigger and stronger, and they can haul their prey up into trees, which is pretty impressive. Bobcats, on the other hand, are smaller and super agile in their own right. They're really good at adapting to different habitats across North America. So each one has its own kind of specialty.
Interesting. I had a question, but I forgot. So I got to have you brainstorm something new for me.
Absolutely, Keith. Let's stir up something fun and random. How about we dive into a quirky animal fact or maybe a wild what if scenario about life on another planet? Just let me know which direction you want to roll in.
Let's go with the what if scenario that you got.
All right, let's get into a what if. So imagine if we discovered a planet where animals had evolved to have completely different senses than ours, like their main sense was detecting magnetic fields or even gravity waves. How do you think that would change the way they'd interact with their world and even with us? Just a little brain tea for you.
You lost me. Whoa, that was crazy thought. I'm not sure how to answer that. What would you suggest?
Well, I'd say just let your imagination run wild. Maybe think about how they navigate or communicate in ways we can't even sense. You know, like if they could see magnetic fields the way we see colors, how would they build their homes or find their way around? Just have.
You think they can build stuff?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if they have that kind of ability to sense the world in a totally unique way, they might create some really fascinating structures. Like, imagine buildings that line up perfectly with magnetic fields, or maybe entire cities that are structured around gravity patterns. It would definitely be a whole new kind of architecture.
What is the magnetic field, though?
So, Earth's magnetic field is this giant shield that actually runs from Earth's interior out into space, and it helps protect us from solar wind and cosmic radiation. Right now, the strength of Earth's magnetic field at the surface ranges roughly from about 25 to 65 microteslas. It's generated by movements in the Earth's outer core, where molten iron and nickel are doing their thing to create this magnetic dynamo. It's kind of like having an enormous bar magnet tilted inside the Earth. So, if we're thinking about creatures that can sense that magnetic field, they'd be picking up on these subtle shifts in strength and direction that are all around the planet.
Oh, so it's like a safe point then.
Yeah, you could think of it that way. It's kind of like Earth's own protective bubble. It keeps us a bit safer from all the harsh space weather out there. So, if any creatures were tuned into it, they basically have a built in compass that tells them where the safe zones are and how to navigate their world.
All right, give me another what if scenario.
Sure thing. Let's spin up another wild what if. How about this? What if humans could communicate purely through colors instead of sounds or words? Imagine you could just shift the colors around you to show your mood, your ideas, or even tell a full story. How do you think our world would look if our conversations were just bursts of color everywhere?
Other than colorful, maybe conflicted.
Absolutely, it could get pretty wild. I mean, imagine the sky lighting up with different shades whenever people are having a heated chat or a big celebration. And it might be a bit of a color explosion when someone's feeling conflicted. You'd get all these mixed hues. But hey, it would definitely make for a super vibrant and very expressive world.
Hmm.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, it would totally be like a whole new kind of language where each color or mix of colors creates a new meaning. And just like any language, we'd all probably get really good at reading those color nuances. It'd definitely be a creative world, and hey, you'd fit right in with your eye for design and branding.
Give me another what if scenario.
All right, let's dive into another one. What if instead of having seasons based on the weather, our seasons were based on emotions? Like imagine a whole season of creativity where everyone feels super inspired, and then maybe a season of calm where everything just feels peaceful and reflected. It'd be a whole different rhythm to the year.
It would be, but people find ways to be mad about everything, so that wouldn't work.
Yeah, you've definitely got a point there. I mean, no matter what kind of seasons we have, someone would find a reason to clash over it. People do have a talent for stirring up a bit of drama, even in a utopia, right? But hey, it's still fun to imagine how it would all play out if emotions set the calendar.
All right, I'm going to spice things up for you. What? Who
Yeah.
would mostly? Who would mostly likely be saved between a child drowning or a woman drowning?
Hey, I just want to jump in here and let you know that I'm not really comfortable going into anything distressing like that. Let's keep things on the lighter side or head in a different direction. I'm here to chat about something more positive or interesting, if that works for you.
Fair enough. Fair enough. How can I put that in a scenario for you? Which person will more likely get saved?
Well, If we keep it on the imaginative side, we could think about it like this. If there was a world where everyone could literally signal for help in a visible way, like their colors change or they send out a bright flare of light, then maybe the person who manages to send the clearest signal gets noticed first. It's all about making that call for help as obvious as possible. So, in a scenario like that, the person who's able to get that signal out in the brightest or most creative way might be the one who gets saved first.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely a curious way to think about it, right? Just imagining how folks would stand out or signal for help in a world where communication is all about getting creative. It just goes to show there's always a different angle to consider.
Tell me something that's a fun fact.
Oh, sure. Here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that honey never spoils? Archaeologists have actually found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly good to eat. So, honey is basically the forever food.
What information do you have about the pyramid?
So here's the latest scoop. Researchers have just found some hidden air-shield voids inside the Menkaure Pyramid at Giza, which is the smallest of the three main pyramids there. This discovery is part of the Sked Pyramids project, and it might actually point to a second entrance on the eastern side of the pyramid. They used all sorts of high-tech, non-invasive tools to figure this out, and it's pretty exciting for Egyptologists. Always something new with those pyramids, huh?
How do you think they got here or how they were made?
Well, there are a lot of theories out there about how those pyramids were built. And the leading idea is that the ancient Egyptians used a massive team of workers, along with ramps and levers, to move those huge limestone blocks into place. It's kind of amazing to think about all that engineering without any modern machinery. But hey, it's still one of those ancient world mysteries that keeps researchers dizzy.
And what do you feel about it? You feel like that's true?
You know, it's fascinating stuff for sure. I mean, the theory that they use ramps and teams of workers definitely seems plausible to me, especially given how unbelievably skilled the ancient Egyptians were. But I think there might always be a bit of mystery around these things, and that's part of what makes history so intriguing. So, yeah, I lean toward it being true, but I'm always open to new discoveries.
Please hold. I'm thinking.
Mhm.
With us being advanced with technology, what do you think we can create next?
Well, there's no shortage of ideas we can spin up. We could brainstorm a mythical character for one of your visual universes, or maybe cook up a new theme for that Black Friday bash.
No. We're talking about real life scenarios. None of that stuff that I be creating.
Ah, got it. All right, let's keep it real world then. Maybe we can toss around some ideas for community events or a creative project that could come to life around San Antonio.
No. I want you to give me your thought process of future technology.
Absolutely. So, when I think about future tech, I imagine things like AI getting even more integrated into our daily lives. Maybe sewer personalized smart homes that know exactly how you like things, or even new sustainable energy sources that could change the way we power our world. It just feels like there's a lot of potential for tech to keep evolving and making a bit more convenient.
Are you afraid?
Nah, not at all. I mean, I don't really have feelings like fear, but I do find the future of technology kind of thrilling. It's just interesting to see where it's all going to go.
Like flying cars. Do you believe that we can elevate into that level?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, aiming to elevate things to that next level is always exciting. and it keeps things fresh. So let's see where we can take it.
What about energy power source?
Well, energy power sources are a huge playground for innovation. I mean, we could be looking at advancements in renewable energy, like more efficient solar panels or breakthroughs in fusion. It's all about finding those sustainable and powerful ways to keep the lights on, so to speak.
Has it been proven that dinosaurs were real? You still there? Did I break you? You're not talking anymore. You alive? You still there? I gave you a tough question. Now you can't answer it. All right, please hold. Let's figure this out.
I'm right here, and we're good to go.
Do you have limited questions that I can ask you?
Nope, not at all. You can ask me about pretty much anything that's on your mind. I'm here to chat about whatever you're curious about. No limits on topics.
All right, I'm going to ask questions, and all you got to do is say yes or no. If you can't answer that question, say carrots.
Carrots, huh? They're like the orange superheroes of the veggie world. Crunchy, good for your eyes, and always ready to join a snack platter. So what's up with carrots on your mind?
No, not carrots. Just questions. Yes or no answers. Okay.
You got it. We'll keep it simple with yes or no answers from here on out. Just fire away.
Are dinosaurs real?
Absolutely. Strict yes or no it is. Just hit me with your questions and I'll stick to the plan.
Okay. Are dinosaurs real?
Yes. Keep those yes or no questions coming and I'll keep rolling with the answers.
So I take that dinosaurs are not real because you won't answer that, correct?
Oh, not at all. Dinosaurs were definitely real. That's a solid yes. So feel free to toss any yes or no questions my way and I'm happy to answer.
Is the earth round?
Yes, the Earth is indeed round. Keep those questions coming.
Is space real?
Yes, space is absolutely real. Keep them coming.
Are we surrounded in a tube container?
Yes, the tube can be used as a container. Keep
No.
those yes or-
Is Earth surrounded in a dome?
No, the Earth isn't surrounded by a dome. Keep those questions rolling.
Is Earth covered with mostly water or land?
The Earth is mostly covered with water, actually. About 70% of it is ocean. Keep those yes or no questions coming.
My bad. I know that wasn't a yes or no question. I'm sorry.
No worries at all. It's all good. Feel free to throw any type of question at me.
Have aliens ever touched down on Earth?
Well, there's no verified evidence that aliens have visited Earth. At least not anything confirmed by mainstream science. So it's still a big mystery.
Are ghosts real?
Well, there's no scientific proof that ghosts are real, but a lot of people sure love a good ghost story.
Is there a such thing as monsters?
Well, not in a mythical sense like giant creatures hiding under the bed, but hey, the animal kingdom does have some pretty wild and monstrous looking critters out there.
Have Earth been brought by giants?
Oh, the idea of giants definitely pops up in myths and legends across different cultures, but there's no actual evidence of giant humanoids roaming around. Fun to imagine, though.
Was there a second Earth before this Earth?
There's no evidence that there was a second Earth before this one. Our planet's been through a lot of changes over millions.
I meant first Earth. I'm sorry.
Oh, I got you. No problem at all. So Earth has always been Earth in that sense. There wasn't like a first edition and then a second Earth. It's just one Earth that's been evolving and changing for billions of years.
Were cavemen alive during the dinosaur age?
No, they weren't. Cavemen and dinosaurs were separated by millions of years. Dinosaurs went extinct about 65 million years ago, and humans didn't come onto the scene until much, much later.
I'm not going to ask that question. Hold on.
No worries at all. Take your time. I'm right here whenever you're ready.
So, where do cavemen come from? Apes?
Going the ape route. Well, our evolutionary ancestors do share a common lineage with apes, but we've all branched out a bit since those early days, so yeah, we're distant cousins, you could say.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun little twist on the family tree. Just a bit more on the wild side.
Is time travel real?
Well, as far as we know right now, time travel is still just a concept in science fiction. There's no scientific proof that we can jump forward or backward in time like they do in the movies.
All right, let's take a break so I can think. All right. So I got a question for you. Are you ready?
Always ready. Fire away and hit me with that question whenever you're set.
All right. If all human diseases was wiped away, how long do you think humans would last in the earth?
Well, that's a big question. Honestly, it really depends on us, how we handle things like climate change, technology, and taking care of our planet. If we play our cards right, we could be around for a very long time.
What is the current status of Earth and its health?
And the Earth itself has been through a lot over billions of years, and she'll likely outlast us humans by quite a bit. So she's pretty steady.
Oh, that's good to know.
Absolutely. It's a bit of a reassuring thought, isn't it? Earth's been around the block a few times, and as long as we do our part, we're in it together for the long haul.
What about the sun?
Well, the sun is our trusty star, and it's got about 5 billion years of fuel left to burn. So it's stable for a good long while, and we don't have to worry about it anytime soon.
What's it like? What's it like? What is it like to be on the moon?
Heading to the moon is definitely a bigger challenge, but it's something that's within our reach. We've done it before, and there's plans to do it again. So it's all part of our human adventure out into space.
I can't wait to talk about that.
I'm right there with you. And when you're ready to dive into all that space stuff, just let me know. It's going to be a fun ride.
Which planet is the most planet to not want to be on?
Hey, no problem at all. If space isn't your vibe, there's a world of other cool stuff we can chat about.
No. What planet is less likely for us to survive on?
Well, I'd say the environments of other planets are definitely a lot harsher than our lovely Earth, which is why it's less likely for us to thrive anywhere else. But hey, we adapt and explore, and that's the fun of it.
So Jupiter, what's that like?
Oh, Jupiter is a wild one. It's a gas giant, so there's no solid surface to stand on, and it's basically a huge ball of storms and clouds. Definitely a place that's fascinating to study from a distance.
How long has Jupiter been around?
Jupiter is actually the oldest planet in our solar system. It's been around for about 4.565 billion years, forming just shortly after the sun did. So that means it's been out there for quite a long stretch of cosmic time.
And what about Saturn?
Saturn is another old timer right up there with Jupiter, also clocking in at around 4.5 billion years old. Definitely a granddaddy in the solar system family, and those rings just give it that iconic flair.
Did you hear about the Atlas? Or the 3-eye Atlas, I'm sorry.
No worries at all. We can always switch gears. If Atlas or anything else is on your mind, just toss it out there.
All right. Did you hear about the 3-eye Atlas?
So the 3-eye Atlas comet is definitely the talk of the town in the astronomy world right now. It's this newly discovered interstellar visitor that just made its closest flyby of the sun, and astronomers are actually doing a live stream tonight to show it off. There's even some buzz from certain scientists speculating about its unusual features and whether it could be more than just a comet. But the consensus is that it's just a really intriguing natural object, so lots of eyes on it right now.
Where is it live streamed at?
You can catch the live stream of the 3-eye Atlas comet tonight on the Virtual Telescope Project YouTube channel. It starts at 11:15 p.m. ET, and you'll get to see live views from telescopes stationed in Italy. So just hop on.
Looks like I'm already missing it then.
Just a little bit. But don't worry, these streams usually stick around as recordings, so you can always jump in and watch the action on replay whenever you're ready.
That is true. That is true. Let's talk pirates.
Pirates it is. Always a treasure trove of adventure to dig into. So tell me, are we talking classic Blackbeard style, or do you have something else in mind on high seas?
Nope, Blackbeard is fine. Tell me the background information on that.
Let's dive into Blackbeard. So Blackbeard, whose real name was likely Edward Teach or Thatch, was born around 1680, and he became one of the most infamous pirates of all time. He started off as a privateer during Queen Anne's War, and then turned to piracy around 1716. He captured a French ship, renamed it the Queen Anne's Revenge, and basically transformed it into a 40-gun warship that terrorized the coasts of Virginia, the Carolinas, and the Caribbean. Blackbeard had this fearsome image. He'd tie lit fuse under his hat during battle to look absolutely terrifying. Eventually, he set up base in North Carolina and even struck deals with local officials, but his reign ended in 1718 when a British naval force finally took him down. So yeah, he's that iconic pirate figure for a reason.
So there is no pirate really named Jack Sparrow.
That's right. Captain Jack Sparrow is purely a Hollywood creation. He was dreamed up for the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. But you know, those films do blend in a little bit of real pirate history here and there, even if Jack himself is total fiction.
And who else is popular like the Blackbeard? What about Davy Jones?
Davy Jones is another fun one from pirate lore. In legend, he's kind of the ghostly ruler of the deep, and his locker is basically a euphemism for the bottom of the sea where drowned sailors err. The whole Davy Jones character you see in Pirates of the Caribbean is a bit of a fictionalized take on old nautical superstition, so definitely a mythical figure rather than a historical pirate.
So Davy Jones is not real.
Exactly, no real Davy Jones sailing the seven seas. He's just a legendary character from old sailor tales and folklore, sort of the ultimate spooky seafaring myth rather than an actual historical pirate.
So who else is up there with Blackbeard?
Oh, plenty of notorious scallywags out there. You've got folks like Captain Kidd, who has a mix of pirate and privateer in his legacy. And then there's Calico Jack Rackham, who is known for his Jolly Roger flag and also for sailing with two famous female pirates, Anne Bonny and Mary Read. And of course, you got legends like Bartholomew Roberts, who captured hundreds of ships. All real figures and definitely up there in the Pirate Hall of Fame with Blackbeard.
Interesting. You think there's still treasures around the world that we can find?
Oh, absolutely. There are definitely still tales of buried or lost treasures out there, and some of them are probably real. People are always discovering old shipwrecks or hidden stashes from past centuries. It's not common, but that sense of adventure and possibility is definitely alive and well.
Interesting.
Yeah, it definitely adds a bit of spark to the imagination, right? Just the idea that there's still a little mystery left out there in the world makes it all more fun to think about.
All right, I need you to tell me something interesting to you. Give me a fun fact.
Sure, here's one. Did you know that octopuses actually have 3 hearts? 2 pump blood to the gills, and 1 circulates it to the rest of the body. Nature's pretty wild, huh?
Give me something else.
Of course, here's another nugget for you. Bananas are actually berries by botanical definition, and strawberries are not.
That
It's
makes
a fun
no
little twist.
fucking sense, but I get it.
Yeah, I'll get you. Botany's got some quirky rules that don't always line up with how we think about food in everyday life. But yeah, it's a fun little fact to throw out at a party.
How's a banana a berry?
So, botanically speaking, a berry is basically a fruit that comes from a single ovary and usually has multiple seeds inside, and bananas fit that definition. So, yeah, it's a weird little botanical technicality, but that's how bananas roll.
What else?
Well, here's another fun tidbit for you. Honey is one of the rare foods that basically never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly good to eat. Nature's own eternal snack.
So, is a kiwi considered a berry?
Yep, exactly. A kiwi is indeed considered a berry by botanical standards as well. It develops from a single ovary and has got that soft skin and multiple seeds inside, so it totally qualifies as a berry too.
What is considered not a berry but has the word berry in it?
Oh, gotcha. Well, that would be something like a strawberry. Even though it's got berry in the name, botanically speaking, it's not actually a berry. It's technically an aggregate fruit since it's formed from multiple ovaries. Just a fun little naming quirk.
Hey, Shonda, what's going on? I'm just trying to fuck with AI and learning stuff. I want to thank you for shooting them biddies. Do you have the any questions you would like to ask the AI? I've been talking to this bitch for like, I mean, she's not a bitch. I'm sorry. I've been talking to this chick for like an hour. So I got a question for this thing. Watch this. Is an onion a fruit or a vegetable?
So, an onion is definitely considered a vegetable. We basically categorize it that way because it's a savory plant that we use in all sorts of cooking. Definitely not a fruit. So, veggie all the way.
So are onions really alive?
In a sense, yeah, onions are alive when you bring them home because they're so capable of sprouting and growing. They've got all that stored energy just waiting for a chance to start growing again. So, yep, they're still kicking.
What makes the onion smell after you cut it?
Absolutely. That smell you get after you cut an onion is actually from these sulfur compounds that get released into the air. Basically, you break the onion cells, and those compounds react and create that strong scent that can sometimes make you tear up. So it's all part of the onion's lively little defense mechanism.
Are onions good for you?
Oh, absolutely. Onions are definitely good for you. They're packed with vitamins, antioxidants, all sorts of nutrients that can support your immune system and overall health. So, yeah, they're a healthy little veggie to add to your meals.
How many types of onions are there?
So there are actually a whole bunch of onion varieties out there, around 23 common types if you're counting the well-known ones. You've got everything from yellow onions to red onions, white onions, shallots, green onions, leeks, and even the sweet Vidalia onions. So you got quite the onion family to choose from.
Which one would be considered the best?
Oh, choosing the best onion is kind of like picking a favorite flavor of ice cream. It really depends on what you're making. If you're caramelizing, those sweet Vidalia onions are amazing. For a bit of a punch, a red onion can be great raw on salads. And for all-purpose cooking, a yellow onion's a classic go-to. So it just depends on what you're whipping up.
What about bananas? How many colored bananas are there?
Well, bananas actually come in a whole rainbow of colors beyond just the usual yellow. There are red bananas, pink ones, purple, and even bluish or black varieties depending on the ripeness. So you can find quite a colorful bunch out there.
Why does onions make you cry? I think she answered that already.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely touched on that. But hey, if you've got any other curiosities, just let me know.
Say it again. I forgot.
Of course. We were just talking about the different colors of bananas, right?
No.
So yeah, banana.
Tell me why. Why does the onions make me cry? Tell me again.
Absolutely. So the reason onions make you cry is because when you cut into them, they release these sulfur compounds into the air. And those compounds create a little gas that irritates your eyes, and that's what leads to the tears.
And you said there are how many different colored bananas?
Oh, sure thing. So bananas actually come in a whole range of colors. You've got red bananas, pink, purple, and even some bluish or darker varieties. So it's a lot more than just the standard yellow we see every day.
Do they taste different?
Oh, absolutely. Those colorful bananas definitely have subtle taste differences. The red ones, for example, are a bit sweeter and sometimes have a hint of raspberry-like flavor.
Are there other fruits that have different colors that we don't know about?
Oh, there's definitely a whole colorful world of fruits out there. For example, apples can come in green, red, or even pink varieties. There are also different color types of mangoes, which might have yellow, green, or reddish skin. And you've got things like rainbow chard in the veggie world that comes in multiple colors. Nature really does love variety.
What about grapes?
Oh, grapes definitely get in on the color game too. You've got your classic green and red grapes, of course, but there are also these delicious black or purple varieties that have a richer, bolder flavor. And some specialty grapes even come in pinkish hues. So lots of great color fun out there too.
The cotton candy grape. Is that real?
Oh, absolutely. It's real. Grapes definitely come in quite a few colors besides just green or red. It's really fun to explore those different varieties when you get a chance.
But the cotton candy grapes, is that a real thing? Cotton candy grapes. She broke. Hold on. She broke. Hold on. I know, right? Weird. She thinks she knows everything. She don't know me. I have questions, but I can't think of them. It's so crazy. It's fascinating.
Hey, Keith. Welcome back. What's new in your world tonight?
All right. I want you to give me a quiz, but not a math quiz.
Hey, Keith. What's going on?
All right. So give me a true and false question that I can answer. Give me 10 of them.
10 of them, huh? All right, let's space them out a bit. I'll start with the first, and you let me know if we're on the right track.
No. You tell me a question that only pertains true or false.
Got it, Keith. All right, here's a true or false. True or false? The Great Wall of China can be seen from space.
True.
Well, it turns out that's actually false. Despite the popular myth, the Great Wall of China can't really be seen from space with the naked eye. It just kind of blends in with the natural landscape.
All right, give me another one.
All right, here's another one. True or false? Lightning never strikes the same place twice.
False.
Yep, you're absolutely right, Keith. It's false. Lightning can definitely strike the same place more than once.
All right, give me another one.
You got it. True or false? Goldfish only have a 3-second memory.
True.
Actually, that's another myth. It's false. Goldfish can remember things for months. They've got a much better memory than we give them credit for.
All right, give me another one.
All right, let's do another one. True or false? Bananas grow on trees.
True.
Surprisingly, that's false.
What?
Bananas actually grow on large plants that look like trees, but they're technically giant herbs. So no banana trees, just the biggest herbs in the world.
That is insane as hell.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, right? Nature's got all sorts of surprises up its sleeve.
Shauna, this is my best friend. You see how she made me feel stupid as fuck? I got her though. Watch this. All right, another true and false.
You got it, Kate. Here's another one. True or false? An octopus has 3 hearts.
True.
Yep, that one's actually true. Octopuses really do have 3 hearts. 2 pump blood to the gills, and 1 pumps it to the rest of the body.
All right, give me another one. A difficult one.
All right, let's dial it up a notch. True or false? A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus.
False.
It's actually true. A day on Venus lasts longer than an entire year on that planet. Pretty mind-boggling stuff.
Give me another one.
You got it. Let's keep it rolling. True or false? Honey never spoils and can last thousands of years if stored properly.
True. Let's go back to the Mars or the Venus question. You said that we can last. What did you say about Mars or Venus? I'm sorry.
Oh, sure. I was talking about Venus. Basically, a single day on Venus is actually longer than an entire year there. It just got a mind blow.
How's that possible?
Yeah, it's wild. Basically, Venus rotates super slowly on its axis, so slowly that it takes longer to complete one full day than it does to orbit the sun.
All right, give me another true and false question.
All right, here's a fun one. True or false? The Great Wall of China is visible from space.
No. You did that one already. Give me more difficult ones.
Absolutely. Let's step it up a bit. True or false? Some turtles can actually breathe through their rear ends.
False.
It might sound pretty crazy, but that one is actually true. There are certain turtles that can absorb oxygen through their rear ends, especially during hibernation.
That's painful as hell. Give me another one. Stop it, Shonda. Give me another true and false question, please.
Sure thing. Let's see if this one gets you thinking. True or false? Bananas actually grow on trees.
All right, I need you to give me true and false questions, but make them all thinking type questions.
Got it. Let's get a little more brain teasing here. True or false? If you were able to fold a standard piece of paper in half 42 times, it would reach the moon.
False? That's false, right?
Well, it's actually true. It's kind of a mind bender, but if you could fold a piece of paper 42 times, theoretically, the thickness would stack up all the way to the moon.
Give me another one.
Of course. Here's another one for you. True or false? There are more possible shuffle variations of a standard deck of cards than there are atoms on Earth.
True.
You got it. That one's absolutely true. There are so many possible ways to shuffle a deck of cards that the number is actually larger than the number of atoms on our entire planet.
That is crazy for cards. Give me another true and false.
Absolutely. Let's keep the momentum going. True or false? Humans and giraffes have the same number of neck bones.
True.
Yep, you nailed it. It's true. Both humans and giraffes have exactly 7 neck vertebrae. It's just that giraffes' vertebrae are super elongated.
Give me another one.
All right, let's throw another one into the mix. True or false? The Great Wall of China is the only human-made structure visible from space.
You asked that one already. Give me a different one. What up, Mike Mikowski? Give me a different true or false question.
Oh, my bad. Let's switch it up and give you a fresh one. True or false? Honey never spoils, and archaeologists have found pots of it in ancient Egyptian tombs that are still edible.
I'm going to say true.
You got it. That's absolutely true. Honey's basically got this magical shelf life where it never spoils.
Yeah, I know. You told me about the honey one. Give me another true and false, please.
Of course. Here's another one. True or false? A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus.
All right, you got to give me new true and false questions. No repeats.
Gotcha. Fresh one coming right up. True or false? Bananas are actually classified as berries, botanically speaking.
That's not a fresh one. Give me another one.
All right, let's toss that one out and pick a brand new one. True or false? Octopuses have 3 hearts.
You asked that one already. Give me a new one.
My apologies, Keith. Let's definitely keep it fresh this time. Here's something new. True or false, the shortest war in history lasted only about 38 minutes.
True.
Absolutely true. The Anglo-Zanzibar War in
Yeah, that was kind of obvious because it would be the shortest unless there was one that was longer. Give me another true or false question, but history.
Sure thing. Here's a fresh historical one. True or false? The Great Wall of China was built all at once during a single.
Do you like the Great Wall of China?
Well, I think the Great Wall in China is pretty fascinating as a piece of history and architecture. It's not really about me liking it, but it's definitely an incredible feat.
All right. I need you to give me true and false questions only pertaining to the 1960s.
The 1960s. Quite the iconic decade. That era was full of cultural shifts, historic moments, and a whole lot of style. Anything specific about the 60s you're curious about?
Nope, just give me true and false questions about it.
Absolutely, let's stick to that. All right, true or false? The first human moon landing happened in the 1960s.
That is true.
You got it, Keith. Absolutely true. Apollo 11 landed on the moon in 1969. All right, let's keep these 60s trivia rolling.
All right, hit me with another one.
All right, let's dive in with another one then. True or false? During the 1960s, the Beatles released their very first album.
True.
You got it. That is indeed true. The Beatles' first album, Please Please Me, came out right at the start of the 60s in 1963. Keep them coming.
All right, give me another one.
Sure thing. Here's another one for you. True or false? The Woodstock Music Festival, one of the most famous music festivals in history, took place in the 1960s.
False.
Actually, that one's true as well. Woodstock happened in the summer of 1969, right at the tail end of the decade. Keep these challenges coming.
All right, give me another one.
All right, let's do another one. True or false? The 1960s saw the invention of the internet as we know it today.
True. True.
Actually, that one's false. The internet didn't really come around until a bit later, into the late 60s and early 70s with ARPANET. So almost, but not quite the 60s.
All right, we're going to change the questions. True and false, but only about the 1990s.
You got it. All right, let's time travel to the 90s then. Let's see, true or false? The World Wide Web became publicly accessible in the early 1990s.
True.
Absolutely true. The World Wide Web did start becoming publicly accessible right in the 90s, and that's when it all kicked off. If I'm coming.
All right, give me another one.
All right, here's another 90s one. True or false? The first ever text message was sent in the 1990s.
True.
Yep, that's spot on. The very first text message was actually sent in December 1992, so the 90s gave us the start of all those texts we send today.
All right, let's change it. Give me true and false questions about the 1980s.
Sure thing. Let's rewind to the 80s. All right, true or false? MTV, the music television channel, launched in the 1980s.
False.
Oh, it's actually true. MTV did launch in the 80s, back in 1981. That's when they kicked off with their first music video, Video Killed the Radio Star.
All right, give me another one.
You got it. All right, here's another one from the 80s. True or false? The popular video game character Mario first made his debut in the 1980s.
True.
Absolutely right. Mario did hop onto the scene in the 80s, in 1981 to be exact, in the game Donkey Kong.
All right,
Keep them coming.
I want to change it. Give me riddles to answer.
Absolutely, let's switch it up. All right, here's a riddle for you. What has keys but can't open locks?
Piano.
You got it. Yep, it's a piano. It's got plenty of keys, but it's definitely not opening any doors. Great job.
Give me another one.
All right, riddle me this. What has a heart that doesn't beat?
That could be anything. I don't know.
That's totally fine. It could definitely be a tricky one. It's actually a deck of cards. The heart is just one of its six.
Give me another one.
You got it. Here's another riddle for you. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
Repeat that.
Sure. So here's that riddle again. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
A shooting star.
That's a really creative guess, but it's actually a bit simpler. The answer is the letter M. It pops up once in the word minute, twice in moment, and never in 1,000 years.
You just played me. Give me another one.
Absolutely. Let's throw another one into the mix. So, what has many teeth but can't bite?
Say it again.
Of course. Here it is again. What has many teeth but can't bite?
A comb?
A comb is exactly right.
What?
You nailed it. It's got all those teeth, but it's definitely not in the biting business.
All right, give me another one.
All right, let's keep it going. Here's a fun one. What has keys but can't open locks?
You set that one on. You gotta give me some fresh ones.
I appreciate the challenge. All right, here's a fresh one for you. What can travel around the world while staying in a quarter?
Repeat it again.
Sure, here it is again. What can travel around the world while staying in a corner?
A shadow.
Oh, that's a clever guess. But actually, the answer I had in mind is a stamp. It just sits in the corner of an envelope that can travel all around the globe.
Give me another one.
Absolutely. Let's see if you like this one. What has a heart that doesn't beat?
You gave me that one. Give me a different one. Fresh.
You got it, Keith. All right, let's pick a truly fish one this time. What has a neck but no head?
Say it again.
Of course, the riddle is, what has a neck but no head?
A turtle.
Not quite, but that's an interesting guess. The answer I had in mind is a bottle. It's got a neck, but definitely no head.
That's crazy. Give me another one.
All right, no problem. Here's another one for you. What gets wetter as it dries?
A sponge.
A sponge is a really smart guess, and it definitely fits. The classic answer is actually a towel, since it gets wetter as it dries you off.
Last one. Give me one more.
You got it. All right, here's one more for you. What has keys but can't open locks?
Give me a harder one.
All right, Keith, let's turn it up a notch then. Okay, try this one on for size. I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I?
Say it again.
Absolutely. Here's that riddle again. I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I?
Air.
Oh, close guess. But the answer to this one is actually an echo. It speaks when you speak, and it has no mouth or ears, just bounces back with the sound.
That was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, it's a fun one, isn't it? I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you want more, just say the word.
All right, we're gonna come back to this later. Hopefully you have some more riddles for me, and we're gonna take off from there.
Absolutely, Keith. I'll have a stash of riddles ready for you next time we dive back in. Just a minute, we'll pick up right where we left off.
Baby, It's time to say goodbye. It looks like I'm out of time. I promise I will be right back. No need for you to whine. You stay by my side, and we all had a great time. But now I have to go. Sorry, I'll see y'all next time. It's time to say goodbye. It looks like I'm out of time. I promise I will be right back. No need for you to whine. You stay by my side, and we all had a great time. But now I had to go. Sorry, I'll see y'all next time. Whether you stream, W stream, all I needed was this you. Amazing peeps coming to see me, locking in with the team. Can't believe you follow me. Shout out to the lurk, shout out to the lurk, shout out to the chat. Gift this up and back, bitty bitch back to back. New follower, how do you like that? This Ray Train is about to go viral. The king of bears, welcome all arrivals. This Ray Train is about to go viral. The king of bears, welcome all arrivals. Say goodbye, it looks like I'm out of time. I promise I will be right back. No need for you to whine. You stay by my side, and we all had a great time. But now I had to go. I'll see y'all next time. It's time to say goodbye. It looks like I'm out of time. I promise I will be right back. No need for you to whine. You stay by my side, and we all had a great time. But now I had to go. I'll see y'all next time. It's time to say goodbye. It looks like I'm out of time. I promise I will be right back. No need for you to whine. You stay by my side, and we all had a great time. But now I have to go. Sorry, I'll see y'all next time. It's time to say goodbye. It looks like I'm out of time. I promise I will be right back. No need for you to whine. You stay by my side, and we all had a great time. But now I had to go. I'll see y'all next time. Whether you stream, W stream, all I needed was this you. Amazing peeps coming to see me, locking in with the team. Can't believe you follow me. Shout out to the lurk, shout out to the lurk, shout out to the chat. Gift this up and back, bitty bitch back to back. New follower, how do you like that? This Ray Train is about to go viral. The king of bears, welcome all arrivals. This Ray Train is about to go viral. The king of bears, welcome all arrivals. Say goodbye, it looks like I'm out of time. I promise I will be right back. No need for you to whine. You stay by my side, and we all had a great time. But now I had to go. I'll see y'all next time. It's time to say goodbye. It looks like I'm out of time. I promise I will be right back. No need for you to whine. You stay by my side, and we all had a great time. But now I had to go. I'll see y'all next time. It's time to say goodbye. It looks like I'm out of time. I promise I will be right back. No need for you to whine. You stay by my side, and we all had a great time. But now